One of the truisms of gold mining is it's not hard to go out and find a little bit of gold. That's really relatively easy. The hard part is consistently finding valuable amounts of gold. That is much more difficult, and that's what we all endeavor to do. Gold was discovered here back in the gold rush days in the 1850s, and they mined it in the creeks. They mined huge placer deposits in the creek valley using hydraulic monitors, and this continued on up to today. So mining is a continuous effort to try to get the dominoes lined up perfectly. You have to have a lot of things going to have everything yield something yellow at the back. But then the question does come up, why is there so much gold historically and even today here in Coyote Creek? Well, the reason for that is that the surrounding hills have lots of scattered, but in places rich veins that carry gold. A lot of these veins you can follow on the surface and test it, and there'll be no gold, and then suddenly in one spot there'll be stringers of gold. So here on the face we see several different layers. This is a layer that's primarily clay, but here is actually a rock that's decomposed in the sand and gravel, and it's just clay now. Here's another one right here, here's another one right here. And so this has been here for eons of time. There's been enough air to get to it to oxidize and turn into clay. Now at the bottom of the pit, we got nice solid rocks out of there, but that's because the oxygen is lower down there, and it just hasn't been able to oxidize and be reduced with moisture and oxygen. However, right here is what we're testing right now. This layer is most likely much newer. This clay layer was here, and then a flood came through and deposited this gravel. Notice these rocks are solid, and here's kind of the edge of the clay right in here, and this has become what they call a false bedrock. Now we know on the solid bedrock at the very bottom is a good layer of gold, but sometimes there's false layers. In other words, we're 20 feet, 25 feet to the real bedrock, but at one time the creek flooded over here, and it could have made a deposit of gold in this layer, and so that's why I'm testing some out. We were told that at times this particular layer that continues around here for some distance carries better gold than this clay, although once in a while in this clay he found larger pieces, but not as good as when we get down to the bottom. And so in mining, it's not hard to find some gold. We already found a little flour gold this morning, but finding quantities, payable gold, that's a trick, and we're trying to isolate it out. It's possible that if this tests well, we'll carve out this, run it to the plant, and this material will refill the old ponds with it and not even run it, you know. We'll make some tests with the machine, and we'll use a little high banker right now to make some preliminary tests. The wash plant consists of three basic components. There's the grizzly. That is the large iron-barred hopper that sits out in front. The excavator scoops up pay dirt, brings it around over to where the grizzly and trommel are set up, and then open up the bucket slowly, allowing clumps of rock, gravel, and sand to go into the top of the grizzly, where there's big iron bars separated about 2 inches apart. The water spray hopefully breaks up much of the clay, allows the sand and gravel and gold to go through. The hopper merely shoots it down into the trommel. The trommel is a large drum about 2 feet in diameter, about 30 feet long. It's sitting on wheels and rollers and has a complicated chain drive through a transmission to turn it. It has the water that's flowing down from the grizzly and trommel flowing through the middle of it. Also at the discharge end, the last couple feet of it is 3/4 inch wire, heavy-duty wire mesh that allows the sand and gravel and gold to exit out of this round rotating tumbler drum, and through another series of small hopper fall into the sluice box, and that's where the gold recovery is made. So it's an experience that I don't know anywhere else, that you can go to a beautiful lodge, and then just 200 feet away is a nice, muddy, dirty, grubby mining operation, a real one. With a chance to see what a small commercial gold operation is like, and a taste of the real gold mining, where every scoop that comes out from bedrock could have some nice nuggets in it. That's something that you just don't see. Most of these operations you can't get close to.